everybody, I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player. A while back I did a video 10 versus $1,000 recorder to show the difference in quality between the two instruments. You guys really liked it, but a lot of you were saying that's not so useful for real life. You really wanted to see the difference between a good plastic instrument and a starter wooden instrument. So say between 30 and 300. So especially for you, I'm going to do this. The Early Music Shop in London have very kindly lent me 2 recorders to try out for you today. At around £30 we have the Yamaha Ecodear alto, and at around £300 we have the Moeck Rottenburgh alto in Maplewood. Yamaha! I'm always a fan of Yamaha instruments. They're good quality, and for £34.50 I think it is, you can get a really decent instrument to start you off. It's in this cloth zip case. Very nice. They come with their own little plug. So the Ecodear recorder, Ecodear is apparently a plant-based plastic. I can just tell it's well made. Everything fits beautifully, it feels very nice. And actually the design of the recorder is based on instruments by Rottenburgh, which is the same as the Moeck. So they had the same design, just a different material. The sound, how does it sound? For a plastic instrument, this is beautiful. It's smooth and rounded and full. It's in tune, the notes speak really well. I don't have the feeling that I'm playing on plastic. What I notice with the low notes is that they're very rich and full, but there's only one way of blowing them. And if I try and give a bit more or less, then you lose the sound. But I'm very impressed with the high notes. They're not shrill at all. They're really, really smooth. I imagine all these smoothed corners. Just hearing this instrument on its own, I think, yes, great. I've not tried the next recorder yet, so let's see. First, why the difference in price? Well, plastic, it's made in a factory. It has very minimal human intervention. It's made by the factory machines, which although are very good, you'll get this factory instrument. So the Moeck recorders at this price point are also factory instruments. They're made of wood. The whole body is made by machines, but then there will be a human that goes and voices each recorder. So you do have that extra bit of human musicality. Moeck make beautiful instruments, and to keep it in the 300 range I have chosen the recorder in Maplewood. It's the softest, lightest wood. They often give quite a sweet, clear sound. So you see here on the Moeck this different coloured wood. That is the block, and the shape of the block on the inside of the recorder is what gives it its sound, and this will be hand finished. That is where you get a lot of the quality from. A plastic instrument doesn't have a separate block, it's just made in one go. Let's give it a play. Beautiful sound. I'm noticing 2 things. One, the range of possibility with this instrument is much greater. The amount that I can blow, I can manipulate the sound, I can move around. It's a bigger range, but I do have to work harder to make it sound good. So the Yamaha could do this much, and the Moeck, it's a bit harder to play. I have to be very precise with what I want, but then the amount that I can do with it is much bigger. I can go from sweet to powerful. So if I play like this, it sounds a bit more rough. And if I play like, it has this more smooth, glassy feeling. comparing the two, so they look very similar, obviously because they're both copied after the same Rottenburgh design. Rottenburgh would have been the recorder maker. That's how we make reconstructions of recorders these days. We find old instruments and copy them. You know what? Side-by-side comparison. Low notes. Middle register. Vibrato. Folk music. As I'm playing and comparing the two, I'm just hearing so much more variety and depth and sophistication in the wooden recorder. The Yamaha is absolutely fine and it produces a lovely, lovely sound, but the possibilities of what you can do with it are quite limited. In my professional opinion, if you're starting out on the alto recorder and you want a good, reliable, in tune, nicely sounding instrument that speaks well, go for the Yamaha. As a musical instrument, it's really affordable and it can take you a long time. And the Moeck, this wooden alto, it's just in another league. So as soon as you're feeling, I want something more, I want to give more in my music, then maybe you're ready to upgrade to a wooden model. Don't forget that the sound of wooden recorders can vary greatly. One is that this is a Rottenburgh model. You have different models, different makers, that will give a different sound and feeling of blowing. Also, you can get it in all kinds of woods. Now there are discussions as to whether the type of wood affects the sound. There's scientific studies that suggest it couldn't, but in my personal experience, I have found that it does. That's what I'll say. Argue about it in the comments. I've done quite a few videos on how to choose a recorder, also in partnership with the Early Music Shop, so I'll link everything below. Go and have a look through all of those. And let me know, do you play the Yamaha Ecodear or a Moeck Rottenburgh? I would love to hear about it. As always, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face down here. Over here is the Team Recorder web shop where you can order stuff, and up here is my video where I compare a $10,000 and $1,000 recorder. Have a great day and see you next time. Bye!